Yes. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Montana. You are now tuned in to Real Rap Podcast. I am not here by myself. You see what I'm saying? Who I got here with me?
It's the Emperor, man. We back in here. Real Rap Podcast, the best podcast for the realest,
Yes.
rappiest rap.
Yes. Now, we always got to start off with where you from?
I'm from Bridgeport, man. I'm from up the street. For sure.
Hola.
For sure.
Okay, and what it was like for you growing up in the port?
It was cool. I mean, I don't have the exact similar story as some of my friends. I'm originally from the West. I was born right outside of PT. A lot of my family is from PT.
Okay.
And then around like 5 or 6, I moved over to the north, around like the Brazilian Little Italy area.
Okay.
And then I went to school on the east. So I was like almost everywhere.
Throughout the whole city?
Yeah, throughout the whole
Yeah.
city. So I spent a lot of time on the east, on Barnum Ave growing up. That's where my dad's church is at. And we hooped a lot over there and whatnot. So I'm just about everywhere. And I ended up going to high school in Fairfield.
All right.
Yeah.
So growing up, you was a hooper. You was going to church, all that.
Yeah. My dad's a pastor. I was in church all the time, man. Like, he built the church. So it wasn't a situation where he joined like a conglomerate or anything like that.
Okay.
It was like real, true entrepreneurism. He built the church. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there was something to do, and I was there. Now, it wasn't always like service, but it would have been logistic stuff, like we fixing the bathroom or whatever the case may be. And he really showed me, like, yo, if you're going to build something, this is what you got to do outside and behind the scenes in order to make sure it's successful. So that's what I did with my childhood, basically understanding that and actually, like, building and, like, seeing a product, seeing it through from beginning to the end.
Was your dad the only entrepreneur in your family?
Legal.
Okay.
Legal
Okay.
entrepreneur, yeah.
Okay.
My family is, on both sides of the track for sure. And my dad's one of the ones where it was like, he was very particular about making sure he did things the right way, and he instilled that in us as well. But then again, I had some other, people in my family that went the entrepreneurial route that wasn't coloring inside the lines too. You see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. So as a kid, right? Because when you were a kid, you easily influenced by a lot of stuff. You young and dumb, you don't really know too much, right?
For sure, yeah.
So how was you really like staying out the way? Was you just always with your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with me specifically, I really loved playing basketball. I loved like doing things artistically, like making music, doing plays and acting and things like that. And the only real outlet for that when I was growing up was kind of like one of 3 places. It was either the church or the park or at home, because we didn't have social media for real.
Okay.
So like when I was growing up, I didn't get social media till I was like a sophomore, junior in high school. I was a little bit late. But, all of my friends I knew from like direct contact, team parties and things like that. So 9 times out of 10, I was, with my dad, learning, the tricks of the trade and just kind of like soaking up all that type of, like I said, that go get it spirit. And then I just translated that into my day-to-day, whether it be in school, playing sports, or like doing things artistically. So I wasn't really too much in the way when it came to things that, some other kids might have done when it came to like illegals or like bad influence type things. And I had an older brother that, he didn't really play about with that either, because he was more like forward-facing with that type stuff and kind of sheltered me from that as well, if I'm being honest.
That's solid. So what was your school life like? You had good grades, all that? Was you getting suspended? What kind of nigga you was in school?
Nah, I mean, I was pretty decent in school, but the thing about me was like, I would get my work done quick.
Okay.
And then we would just clown after that. You feel what I'm
Okay.
saying? So we would do whatever, like I'll do everything every other kid would do, but I would just prioritize getting my work done. Like some kids, when they wanted to have fun, would put it in front of their work, and I would just do it the opposite
After.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
it was done.
the thing about me, even now, is like, yo, if I have a task, I can't get in the way of that task. Like I have to complete that task first, and then I'll just do everything else afterwards. But I never let like the peer pressure or whatever get in the way of completing what was necessary, because I felt like doing the things that were necessary would be better for me in the long run.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
That's thorough.
Yeah.
That's thorough.
For sure.
Okay, so you doing good in school, you hooping. Was
Yeah.
you always nice at ball? Niggas was frying you?
Yeah, I
honest.
always played up. So yeah, I was smaller, and I definitely would get I definitely would get beat up a little bit.
Mm.
And I mean, I got better as I grew up.
Tight.
I think around like my freshman year, sophomore year of high school is when I start really coming into my own, like really like learning how to play. I played 4 years at prep, and then time and time again, I'm playing. Like I said, like any side of town, I'm hooping. Like whether it be the north, the west, the east, mainly. Like a lot of my friends that I know, like in the streets or in and around the streets, we know each other through basketball.
Tight.
When I got to college, that's when I started learning like people through like entertainment and music and things like that. But mainly like the core following and the core friendships that I have is made mainly through like hooping and like, just shooting around and playing.
So what was your basketball career like?
So we played AAU.
Okay.
We played varsity for a couple of years. I didn't really get much tick at prep, if I'm gonna be honest. But when I got it, like I told people offline, like I scored more points than I had minutes. Like,
Okay.
So I mean, whether it was anybody could blame somebody else, whether it be the coach or whatever the case may be. That was just what my circumstance was. They wasn't putting me in, but when I got in, I did what I had to do and I sat down. Like, and then by the time I got to college and whatever, we started doing men's leagues, tournaments, and things like that. So that was around the time where basketball was still fun for me, but it wasn't as much of a focus as building my brand and building my career. So the reason why I'm still able to hoop now is because I have the free time to kind of do what I want to do, because like I remember I told you earlier, like the tasks in front of you, I prioritize those, and then now I'm able to like stay in shape. But when it comes to the competitiveness, I'm not letting niggas beat me. Like it's like
Okay.
I mean, where are we? This is the 24th of August, so that means Monday already happened.
Yeah,
so by the
that's a
time
fact.
you see this, you already gonna know, what type of time I want when it comes to the court. But yeah, growing up and whatnot, I played just about everywhere, and people know me through basketball or they know me through anything like artistic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, since you brought it up, we might as well, you feel me? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, what's up?
Monday happened
Oh,
off
yeah.
the court, live from the hub, right?
Yeah,
It was a great card, 1v1s. It was amazing. Shout out to everybody that played. Shout out
Yeah.
to Gigi, JV. Who else played?
KT, Jordan,
KT, Jordan, and
me. Aaron ain't really play for him. I mean, he was on the
Okay.
card, but he wasn't really
Okay.
playing. I'm joking, bro. I'm done. Aaron
okay.
played.
So let's talk about before the game happens, right?
Yeah.
I seen y'all do the face off.
Yep.
Right. So at the time, going into the face off, what you was thinking about? Like, was you on some? All right, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just have fun with it. Like,
Yeah.
where was your mental at, knowing you was about to play him?
So to keep it a 100 from the beginning, anytime I'm going to like have a competition with somebody,
Yeah.
or go toe to toe with somebody, I take it serious. Like I'm not
As
the
you
type.
should.
I don't like. Oh, I'm chilling. I'm tired. Nah, if you gonna play, we gonna play. So Aaron called me out. Aaron called me out, and when he called me out, I was like, "Yo, bro, like I'm gonna take it serious." Like I talked to him directly. I'm like, "Yo, bro, I'm gonna take it serious. I'm gonna play you." Oh, wow, it's whatever. I said, "Okay, bet." So going up to it, I prepared. I locked in with my brother. I've been playing golf for like the past year and a half, so I had to shake some of the golf off and like get back into my basketball bag. And I took it serious for like a week and a half, 2 weeks going up before the game. I'm putting shots up, I'm lifting, I'm doing what's necessary because I know how I want to perform. And that's why we put BTA. I mean, that's why we put BTA.
Okay. So during the face off, right?
Yeah.
Aaron, he was hella confident though. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was kind of popping it a little bit though.
A little bit, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So did you feel like kind of disrespected by how confident he felt in himself? He was comfortable up here.
Yeah, a little bit.
For me?
Yeah, and that's the reason why I didn't really have no mercy on the court, because it was like the fact that you feel so confident and comfortable knowing that I'm not.
Yeah.
Is like you're disrespecting me. Like I'm telling you, like, yo, bro, I'm in the gym. I'm about to like give you the best that I can give you on this basketball court. And
Yeah,
you
that was
like,
almost
oh, whatever.
That was almost pause.
Oh, yeah, I tried to add on the basketball court.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pause. But yeah, on the basketball court, I'm going to do my best performance.
Yeah.
And you chilling. Like, that, and you're still chilling. Like, if I tell somebody, like, yo, we about to box after school, next week, and they just chilling while you're training, you can't let that man beat you. Unless he's, like, a real, like, boxing
Boxer,
product. Like,
yeah.
then it's like, okay, like, that's what he do. You're not that guy, bro. Like, you're not that guy. And to be completely honest, if you're in the music space, creative space, or whatever, if you're not just a pure hooper, you're probably not that guy, period. And that goes
Type
not
shit.
just for him. That means period.
Everybody.
When it comes to, when you playing me, you got to take it serious if you playing me, for real. Because I'm going to take it serious. And I came with y'all saw I came with the team. Me and Jordan won.
Type shit, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the type of time we coming on.
So I saw so was everything planned? I saw the ski mask. Get what I'm saying? It was a little bit of the movie promo while niggas was hooping. After a bucket, Bridgeport the movie out now. Dead in the Day out now.
Out now. Yeah.
You see what I'm
So
saying?
the thing about me is like when people talk about being an entrepreneur or whatever the case may be, I'm the truest sense of like owning your business and lifestyle together.
Okay.
So if you were to ask me something, it's whatever I got with you at the moment. Like I had a movie that I came out with last year. I had another movie I came out with last year. That's still me, even though I'm playing basketball. That's still me, even though I'm on the golf course. Like, for example, you could liken it to somebody like, 50 Cent. He might post a picture or something like that, and then he got the same hashtags every single time. Branson Cognac, da-da-da-da, or Power on Stars. Because no matter what the situation is, when he's exposing some of his content, he wants you to know, like, yo, I got this for you and I got this for you. So that's why I got my shirt on. I got the golf shirt on now. We had the basketball shirt on at the premiere.
Yeah.
And then we had, the theme for that one was Scorpion.
Okay.
And then we got another theme for the next game. I just ain't announced it yet.
Okay. You gonna
Surviving
keep it
Royce Island.
Okay. Okay. Now, when the game was first of all, speak to how epic of a whole game it was. After every shot, the whole court
that was some of the most fun I had watching / playing basketball in a while, bro. Like we know that we have like a lot of different platforms in CT. I feel like CT right now is the best place when it comes to like the culture on the bubble up. Like there's certain places that they already got the culture solidified, they got gatekeeping or whatever, but right now in CT, if you looking to like make your mark or whatever, the best time is now because it's on the bubble up. We got movies in multiple areas. We got some of the best music on the East Coast. We got some of the best basketball and ballers on the East Coast. And we showed that every time we pop out, like legitimately, every time we pop out, and I'm not even saying me personally, I mean us, Bridgeport and surrounding areas. Every time we pop out, it's really a movie, bro. The Off the Hub joint was the movie. The Bridgeport the movie premiere was literally a movie, but we still had... It was lit, 700 people there. Like, yo, every time, scale events be crazy. Every time we do something as a whole and as a unit, we be making history. Yeah. So I feel like, that was just indicative of what happened with Off the Court. Like, Live from the Hub put on an amazing card. I think until you got to my game, the point differential was like 2 points. The first game, they won by, I think, 1. And then the second game, they won by 1.
Yeah.
So it's like, you got 2 down-to-the-wire games. It was good energy, and then by the time you got to my game, I put on a whole performance in a show, and I don't think anybody that came there felt like, "Dag, I shouldn't have came. I would have stayed at home." They was talking to people like, "Yo, y'all need to pull up."
Yeah,
real talk. So I had a great time.
I know you did. I know you did, because even after the game, shit ain't stopped there.
Nah, it didn't. It can't.
Everybody saw the IG.
Yeah.
Everybody saw. Now, what was crazy to me was like the animated like pictures and shit that we saw on the gram.
Yeah. So I'm the worst to lose to because when it comes to like I was saying, when I got to college and I started making all these connections when it came to people in the entertainment field.
Yeah.
They got talent, bro. So they gonna throw me a picture on the side, or I'm gonna make a picture, or they're gonna throw me a video. If you look at the footage, that's some of the best basketball footage in terms of quality that you've seen almost all year. If you want to keep it a full stack. When it came to Quan, Kev, Live from the Hub, the Troy with his reels and his lives, and everybody's, phones and vantage points. You're not matching that energy if you don't really got the sauce like that.
For sure.
And then while we was recording, we gave them clips to, actually bring home and be excited about making edits for. You seen Quan drink, you got the joint coming out like this. Looked like we was in a coliseum. Like that joint was lit, bro.
Yeah, it
so like
Yeah,
the whole content joint, like the content thing that we got all the people that know how to make it the right way. We just got to keep doing stuff to give them so that, you know, we could keep pushing the culture forward. It's not that we don't got the talent. We just got to keep pushing the actual events. That's our job.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So now, if y'all don't know, y'all follow him on the gram, right? Emperor Just, right?
Yep.
It's a video to where you got a side by side with Aaron and Jay. What's his name? Jay
Oh, J-Line, yeah.
So I seen you bring it up in the face off. You made Boy Went Viral, 4 million views. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Which clip do you feel as if it's better, the Aaron or the J-Line?
Yo, the reason why I gotta pick.
Yeah, you got
It's like choosing between kids. Hold on, what's my favorite son? Who's my favorite son? Nah.
Wait. Nigga said, who my favorite son?
I gotta pick a kid, bro. You telling me those is my babies, bro? Like that first art piece and then the second art piece, like that those is moments in history. So
yeah.
If I had to pick, I would have to say I don't know. I love them both equally, man.
I knew you was going
to I love them both equally.
I knew you was going to say that.
I love them both. It's like between Bridgeport the movie, at the end of the day, it's like they got their own qualities.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard for me to choose. But if I had to just roll the dice, I will say the thing that was crazy about the J-Line video is I literally, and this is documented, said before the game that I was going to make him viral, and I did it. So that in and of itself is crazy. I think speaking it into existence, I'm a very big believer in that, by the way. Like I told you my church background, whatever. Like the things that you, like to make it serious, the things that you wake up and you say and you speak into your life, that's real. Like if you're going to sit there and you're going to say like, yo, I'm going to be a millionaire or whatever, and you don't got no work behind it, of course it's not going to happen. But if you got the mentality and you speak and you put in the work behind it, at least from my perspective, that joint ends up happening 9 times out of 10. And I was so passionate that I was telling him I was going to make him go viral that, you know, within 3 hours, that nigga was on multiple streaming platforms live.
For sure. For sure. I ain't going to lie. The nigga split.
Yeah, that was
while
insane.
He was falling.
Just be glad AI wasn't out. Because if AI came and then they made him split and break in half, that would have been insane. But we just going to leave that right there. For the editors.
For the editors. Nah, that's good. That's good. Now, let's talk about how, you know, we got Bridgeport the movie out.
Yeah.
We got Dead in the Day out.
Yeah.
So let's get into the origins of what made you even get into creating the movies and being a director / actor.
So if we're going to be completely honest with the whole situation, I'm the type of person where like I like to look for angles on how to differentiate myself between me and the next person when it comes to like delivering a product. We spoke about this a little bit in New York.
Yeah.
In the sense that it's like, if I want to make music or if I want to even play basketball, whatever the case may be, the way I'm going to be able to differentiate myself is by delivering that specific content in a roundabout way or a different way. As opposed to saying like, yo, I got a new song for you to check out. It's easier for me to say I have a new movie to check out and put my song in it. It's easier for me to sell you a shirt if I'm in the movie wearing the shirt and you like the character that like and you like his outfit. So the way I view it is, being that I got Royce Empire as a production company, movies is one of the last forms of art media that's still sacred, that's still lit, because everybody can't do it. So you're not really inundated with mad movies. So when somebody makes a movie, it's still got that allure. It's still got that, oh, that's dope behind it. Whereas now when, you know, people make music, it's like, oh, another person making music. It lost its luster a little bit. So being that I understood that and I identified that, I said, you know what, it's time for me to make, you know, my debut films. And I was able to leverage some of my, you know, true business when it comes to like, not to say true business that, you know, my content isn't true business, but the business that I started earlier when it comes to investments in real estate, I was able to leverage some of those connections and some of those houses at shooting locations, and we was able to get it done. Yeah. I mean, the thing about me is, like I said, with the task, like if it's in front of me, I'm gonna make sure I get it done. You know, I had to be the editor, I had to be the director, sometimes I had to be the shooter. And don't get me wrong, I had great help. Candace Peterkin, Play Pat. Obviously, my
Shout
wife
out
Tracy.
Play
Like,
Pat.
yeah, I had great help, but I had to wear all the hats in order to make sure that the job was done, and I just was motivated by it because, like I said, I feel like CT is in a position where if you do that extra work to get it done, it's gonna pay more and more dividends as you continue to go. So I locked in and I made sure we did 2 films in 1 year.
Nah, that's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire. So, like, what made you even want to get into making movies? Like, was it like a director you was inspired by? Was it like your dad? Was it
Yeah.
movies you saw growing up? Like, what made you want to do it?
So in the church, true. I mean, we did plays. So I've been doing like any type of performance, like reciting lines and being characters, like annually or 2 times a year since I was like maybe 5 years old.
Okay.
So I kind of got in love with like having the real time feedback of saying a joke and then people laughing or like doing certain types of antics and then people just enjoying their time in your presence or like looking at you and be like, yo, I had a good time watching this person. So I wanted that to translate into the widest possible net, which was obviously films because, more people are able to watch it. So it was just, a little bit of that. And then just realizing like a lot of people around me, even people in this room, was interested in it too. Like they was like, yo, I would act. I wouldn't mind playing this type of character or whatever the case may be. And I felt like being that I had the ability to be in the position to actually see it through, I felt like it was mandatory. Like, yo, being that, like, not everybody has the ability to be the director or have the ability to be a producer. I have the ability, so now I have to do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, if we all looking for water and I'm the only one who could jump on that ledge and get it, now you have to go get it because you were blessed with the position to go get it. Now, a lot of people go get it and then they go about their business, but
Right.
I'm the type of person, I'm either going to teach you how to jump or I'm going to bring some water back.
Okay. So now, what was the whole concept behind like Bridgeport the movie, like the
Yeah.
first one?
So Bridgeport the movie, technically, we started that after Dead in the Day.
Okay.
The concept was we shot Dead in the Day. It was my first time on set. I was the executive producer. I actually wasn't even going to be the main character in that movie. Some logistics ended up happening in which I had to become the main character and do a rewrite, which was good for us. But on my plane ride back, I said, yo, if I'm going to be making a movie in Houston, I have to make a movie where I'm from, and I have to employ the people that I grew up with or that are interested in this area because I just wouldn't feel comfortable not doing that. So then I started thinking about the ideas of having a major theatrical release, like a premiere and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, I think the city would love something like this. So I started writing the script based upon that and based upon the people who are interested. So as you watch Bridgeport the movie, you'll see that there's certain parts that you're like, okay, like, what is that significant for, or why does this make sense, or why is this character here? And then we're building on that with the trilogy. So 1, 2, and 3 was kind of written together, and then we just gave the first part. And the reason why it's called Bridgeport is not necessarily because it's about life in Bridgeport, even though like there's certain things in there that people could relate to, but it's more so just saying like, yo, it's on the map. If you weren't aware of what Bridgeport is or even heard the term before, now you're aware. And if you were to Google Bridgeport and then next you might be like, all right, what's Bridgeport music sound like? What Bridgeport artists sound like? Just, it's not all going to be about me. It's going to be about the people who are here actually, putting that work in. So I just wanted to make sure that being that I had a platform, start looking over here. Like I shouldn't have to go to LA and go to Houston and pop off over there and then act like I'm from there.
Type.
Like I'm not even gonna make it seem like I am. I'm cool with the people who are there. Like I got great friends in LA. I got great friends in Atlanta. I got great friends in Houston, all professional friends as well. Some of the actors that you guys know. But the reason why they really rock with me is because I don't say I'm from New York. I say I'm from Bridgeport. And sometimes they know what it is and sometimes they don't. Yeah. So I'm just being true to myself, and I'm not gonna make a movie about things that necessarily play into certain tropes about Bridgeport without talking to us and figuring out how we want to, be seen by the masses. So that's why you got Bridgeport the movie the way it was. It's about an entrepreneur protecting his business, and I can speak to that directly. So, yeah.
So we are gonna get a Bridgeport the movie part 2.
Nah, for sure. You're gonna get 2 and 3. You're gonna get 2 and 3 as a guaranteed fact.
Okay.
And you're gonna get Dead in the Day and the sequel to Dead in the Day 2, which is called Day 2 Die. and that's a guaranteed fact too. So I'm committing to delivering those 3 films within the next 18 to 24 months.
So we gonna get another like year like this past year to where you get like 2 movies in a year.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be more though. Like I don't want to limit it to 2 movies in a year. Royce Empire is a production company, so the way that I view success isn't necessarily the dollar amount. Okay. It's how we're able to put out high quality content and we're able to do it more often. Okay. So I don't want to be in a situation where you made a movie and it's over with. That's why I started with 2. And then I want to, do 3 and then 4. And then I want to be able to make a movie a month. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like we're at the point in time right now where if we put more work in now, it's going to pay us back exponentially in the future. I genuinely and honestly believe in that as an investor. Investing in Bridgeport, investing in Connecticut, especially in the cultural scene right now, is some of the best investment that you can make, especially when it comes to putting your face out there. Like, I'm doing this not purely because I'm being altruistic and I want everybody to eat, but I'm doing it selfishly too because I think, there's a lot of growth here, man. No Diddy.
Okay. Okay. So being that you're from here, right? Do you feel pressure for Bridgeport, the movie, to be like a better movie than Dead in the Day?
Nah. I mean, the thing about me is when I decide that something is worth putting out, that's kind of where it ends. I don't necessarily, I do consult friends and family like before it comes out. But once that movie is out or once everything is done and that project is complete in my mind, that it is what it is. And then that's it. If you like it better than Dead in the Day or you don't, it's up to you. I'm just happy that you get to compare it to another one of my own films. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So it's like somebody might say Bridgeport the movie is the worst movie they ever watched. And then somebody might say Bridgeport the movie is the best movie they ever watched. Both people have the experience and the fact that they watched a movie I made. So they're entitled to their own opinions, and I'm happy with it. One thing I will say, though, is I've never in my entire life went to a movie theater, sat down, and watched a movie by any director with 699 other people. Like, I've never done that. Okay. So being that that's the case, we got to talk about what we actually are talking about. Like I could be as humble or I could be as brash as possible. I could go either direction with it. Like, if we really want to talk about whether or not you liked or didn't like Bridgeport the movie, let's talk about the fact that everybody were paying a minimum of $30 to $40 a ticket to see Bridgeport the movie. Let's talk about the fact that we had a VIP section for Bridgeport the movie that was selling for $60. Like, let's talk about the fact that people were moved by the message of the movie. Like, so we could talk about that, or we could just say, hey, I liked it, or I watched it on Tubi for free and it wasn't for me, I didn't finish it. It's 2 totally different experiences. Some people bought like $2,000+ outfits just to come to the premiere and get their fit off. So it's like that's why I'm never too concerned about somebody else's opinion on the content when we actually have people who purchased Christian Louboutin so that they could put that foot up on that red carpet. You feel what I'm saying? Like people who really like. I'm looking at some of my cast members like, yo, like, do you see this? We communicating without words. And it's like, yo, do you see it? Like, do you feel what's going on right now? And a lot of people who don't necessarily ever see themselves in that space can never relate. And it's like, I can't convince you because you know, that's not the type of person you are. The creators know, the people who are there know. And now it's tasked with me to either provide that same service or better in the future. So that's what I'm worried about.
Okay, and speaking of in the future, is there goals to like get in these movie theaters? Like, do you want to eventually walk into an AMC theater and see Dead in the Day premiered on there for like however long, or Bridgeport the movie there as well?
Yeah, so that's a great question. With me specifically, it's not necessarily a goal of mine. If it makes sense, I don't mind joining hands with any company. But the type of situation that I'm in is, as long as I retain the ownership that I need, as long as I retain the content that I will respond.
Yes. What's up, y'all? It's Mr. Montana, and this podcast is now brought to you by 95 Trafficking. Make sure y'all use promo code REALRAP for 15% off at checkout, man. Talk to the people.
It's a real rap experience, man. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Montana.
Yes.
It's 95 Trafficking, man. We providing drip all across the globe, man. Tap in with us. It's 95 trafficking.com. If you want to follow us on Instagram, 95_trafficking. 1F, 2Ks, ing.com. We're providing the hoodies. We're providing a lot of exclusive drip, and it's going to keep coming around, man. You already know what we're doing.
I'm comfortable with whatever that comes with. If AMC decides or Universal decides they want to do distribution or whatever the case may be, and we're not just on the streaming platforms, but we're actually putting people in the actual theater across the nation, I'm happy with it. But if they don't do it, then, it is what it is. If the Oscars say, like, we're going to give you the best director this year, perfect. But if they don't, then it's like, am I supposed to be depressed that year? So my tangible goals and awards that I set for myself don't necessarily include third-party approval. And being that that's the case, like, I would love it, but it's not something that is completely necessary. And then, like I said too, like, I got that rush of seeing myself in a theater when we premiered it in the theater. So it's like I kind of like, I don't feel like I'm longing for any specific thing to be done, because when we actually put our production out the way we wanted to and it went so well, it's like, I feel like I would be doing a slight to me and my team if I'm sitting there saying like, yo, but we do this. Like, nah, yo, we did that. We killed it. What's the next agenda? Like, what we're going to keep moving with, and we're going to take from here to improve the product going forward. That's all I'm worried about.
Okay, so earlier you mentioned you was a competitor though, right?
Yeah.
So do you feel as if, like, okay, boom, if we can name somebody like a Steven Spielberg, a Spike Lee, right? Do you eventually want to be up there with those names? Because if you do, you don't feel as if, like, being in these movies and, like, being in these theaters will help you get up there?
Yeah, now that's a great question. So, like, yes and no. Like, when it comes to, like, the Steven Spielbergs or you could even say somebody like John Lucas, F. Gary Gary, or you could even say, what's my guy's name who just did Sinners?
Black dude.
Nah,
the producer.
I don't know why I'm blanking on his name.
I'm about to look it up as we speak.
Michael B. Jordan and my guy. Like, I actually like him a lot too. He did Fruitvale Station. He did Sinners, Wakanda. Yeah. Either way, the director,
Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, Ryan Coogler. I don't know why I blanked on his name. But yeah, those guys, they're not necessarily independent. So they've become independent, and they went the Hollywood route, and they were able to, amass fortune, fame, etc. And I think that's a great career, but it's almost like if I was gonna liken it to rap, where it's like, I look at Master P differently than I would look at somebody like Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Because the thing about Master P is, and Dame Dash in that era, Birdman or whatever the case may be, is I'm looking at you directly, Nipsey Hussle, I'm looking at you directly, I'm saying this is the product that I offer, and I'm selling it directly to you. There's no intermediary between us. Like, I'm independently giving this to you. Whereas once you get into the bigger Hollywood, they make the content and then they put it through the machine, and then you're gonna see it. If we end up getting to that scale, I'm not saying that I won't employ third parties for marketing, but I truly hold my independence so near and dear that it's like, I don't even feel like I'm competing with you or you're competing with me, because we're in a totally different game. Now, if somebody from Connecticut was like, yo, like, let's go number for number, or let's go movie for movie, or whatever the case may be, then that competitor is going to wake up in me, because you're independent, I'm independent, and you're telling me that you could do better than I can. So let's see what we could do. Let's do it premiere for premiere. Let's do actor for actor. You see what I'm saying? Or let's do performance for performance. And then we could start talking about it. And I'm not saying competition in the sense that, like, I don't want you to have a career. I'm just saying, like, a friendly competition in the sense that, like we did with
off the court.
With off the court.
Yeah.
Like, these are my friends, like Jaylon and Error. Like, I say jokes and things like that, but they know I love them, bro. Like, it's not like a situation where I have any beef or any ill will towards them or anybody on that card. It's just a situation where, right now we're competing. So, if we wanted to compete in terms of things artistically, whether it be with music, movies, pictures, or whatever the case may be, I'm confident in my ability to to go toe for toe with anybody. Yeah. But yeah, those big time directors, I don't think that they're necessarily in a way in which they could compete besides themselves. Like they have to compete amongst one another because they're literally getting millions and millions of dollars from
a budget that they
from a
can
budget.
use. Yeah.
If it's not in here, it's not in the budget.
Tight.
when it's with me, I don't take funding from anybody else.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all out of pocket.
Now, when it comes down to the budget, right?
Yeah.
How do you determine like the actors that you are going to get in there? I know what's his name?
Jamal Willard.
Jamal Willard.
Yeah.
So you get him in Dead in the Day.
Yep.
Right. So what makes him necessarily like a good actor that you're willing to like invest in comparison to like other people who may be like aspiring actors or just telling you that they want to act and be a part of the movie?
Yeah, so Jamal Willard actually was in Dead in the Day and Bridgeport the movie. And the reason why that happened was because I was renting out my homes in Houston and I got cool with a director down there.
Okay.
They were using my homes as sets for movies. So I heard that he was coming in town, and being that I have no, in Connecticut, if you want connections to an industry, do insurance or hedge funds, because everybody in this area is in finance or insurance. Entertainment, not so much. Like, it's hard for us to, like, if we see a celebrity, it's like, yo, you seen what you call it over here? In LA and Houston, that's not even news because they're always there
regularly. Yeah.
But coming from Bridgeport, it's like, yo, like I don't have any inside connections to anyone in the industry. However, I have a service that people in the industry want, so I'm able to leverage that. I have houses. I got a house with a pool, all this other stuff. Like, yo, I'll give you a discount rate. Come shoot at my crib. So once I built that rapport, and I found out that Jamal Willard, who's number one on Tubi, has been number one on Tubi for like however long, was coming in town and he was going to be staying at my crib for a shoot, that's when I strike my irons hot and say, hey, guess what? I got a movie for him too. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I was able to broker that introduction. But now that that's done, obviously I got a good rapport with him. I could get somebody else who's on that platform because I've already solidified myself as somebody who's worked with somebody who's notable. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times people want a handout, or a lot of times people want a favor. I am not that type of guy. Like, I want to tell you that this is what my service is to you, and I want you to tell me what your service is to me. Because just like you don't need me, I don't need you. I feel like when it comes to business, a lot of times people show their need for someone too early, and then they get jerked around, and then now it's like, oh, like the industry whack, da-da-da. It might not even necessarily be the industry as much as it is you're not leaning in with enough leverage. Like, so I had the leverage. I was able to lean in with enough leverage. Obviously, I had the ability to pay the fees that were necessary, first class flights, 5-star hotels, good eats, etc. When the actors come through, and then when that was done and people have a good positive review for you, you could get whatever actor you want on that platform. So best believe the sequels will have some notable names that you guys know, and it's going to be even better when it comes to production. It's going to be even better when it comes to acting, etc.
So when it comes down to Bridgeport the movie again, are you still gonna have like the notable names that people know, like the rappers, like the entertainers and stuff like that?
That's what we need right now. I feel like a lot of times people don't remember like how things started because they are already seeing how things are currently. So like they don't realize that the people that they look up to, Jay-Z's, Dame Dash, Kanye West, and all these different type of people out of Rockefeller area when they was making those movies weren't as big. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if you actually go back to movies in the 2000s, you'll see A-tier, B-tier actors doing extras roles. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, right now, we're in the beginning phases where, in Bridgeport, we got a lot of different rappers, we got a lot of different singers, we got a lot of different socialites in the movie, and I want to continue that same tradition from people that's around our area. But I also want to be able to get the nationwide household names as well, because it gives that extra legitimacy. It gives us that extra chip on our shoulder, feeling like, yo, we got this person in our movie, as opposed to it just being, all right, yo, it's just a whole bunch of people from the city. Because you got to remember, when you're selling a product to a place where you're from, they're gonna be your biggest critic.
For sure.
100%. Because they're gonna sit there and be like, yo, like, why should I buy your product as opposed to this person? Oh, you know, your cousin's in it. Exactly. I don't want to watch my cousin. But if I tell you Samuel L. Jackson in it and your cousin in it, now you're looking at your cousin like, yo, bro, this dude really made it big.
Yeah.
Just because of how you change it differently. So like, I understand that. I know what the people want where I'm from. And I know there's certain things that I can provide and I can't. And I'm gonna provide it based upon what I'm comfortable doing. And then if people, you know, want more not racially, but like sexually motivated scenes, or they want more drug dealing scenes and shootings and things like that too, I implore you to make your own film as I'm building the industry. Like, it doesn't make sense for you to sit there and be like, oh, you should watch Bridgeport the movie. Oh, no, I'm not watching it because it's not about real Bridgeport. Niggas really in the trenches selling dope, da-da-da. Yo, okay, you make that movie while I'm making mine, and then now people can see your side of the story too. You want me to sit there and tell every story from Bridgeport? You want me to talk about the people who can't eat, talk about the people who can eat? You want me to tell every single story? Like, you want to give me that much power to be the monopoly in terms of all the films? I don't even know if you're thinking that through. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, if you feel like I didn't tap into a specific vein of Bridgeport that you really feel needs to be seen nationwide, yo, make that movie. And I'll be front pew watching it. I've watched every single independent film that came out of the city, period. I'm not even gonna say for the past couple years, just period. All the directors know me. I know all the directors. I watch the films. I paid for the films. I'm a fan. Like, I'm comfortable saying I'm a fan of somebody's music who's underground. I'm the type of person who goes home and I'll listen to Avery. I'll listen to Sholey. I'll listen to me. I'll listen to Show Rare Jordan. Like, QB. Like, I listen to us. Like, I'm like, that's what the type of person I am. So if you feel like, yo, you don't rock with the things that I'm putting out, all right, then just make your own or support somebody who is making that type of content. Because a lot of times people will say, I don't like that, but then they won't say what they do like. It's like, you like music from Philly, though, but you like music from Chicago? You could name every single gangster from 63rd all the way up to 68th Street, and you ain't never even been over there.
Type shit.
I don't understand I just don't understand the mindset behind that. It's self-hate, if you ask me.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that.
Sound like self-hate.
All right, but before we get out of here, just
Yeah.
let us know and let the people know, right? What can we look forward to? What's on the way? You know?
Yeah, so, you know, coming out of my camp, RoyceEmpire.com, we got a big push when it comes to clothing. We got really high quality performance wear when it comes to t-shirts. I got some stylized things that we're testing now too for the winter release. When it comes to clothing, I got like a pretty cool idea for hats. But when it comes to the entertainment scene, of course, you're going to get more music. Of course, you're going to get more films. Of course, you're going to get, it's seeming like they want me to ball again. So, of course, you're going to get more basketball. So, yeah, it's a production company, and our job is to produce things that is going to align with, you know, our morals and our goals, and, you know, kind of push the culture forward in CT and in Bridgeport specifically as well. But, you know, even East Coast and just America as a whole, like, we're not limiting ourselves just to these areas. So, tap in, RoyceEmpire.com. You can sign into the newsletter, or you can follow me directly, Emperor Just, on all platforms. And I guarantee, you know, you're going to have a good time tapping in.
Yes. Just appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, man. I'm glad I was able to make it to the Real Rap Podcast. I'm going to be like, yo, listen, remember that time we was on RRP and da-da-da-da-da-da? He gonna be like, nah, bro, I don't know you. He gonna click on me. I'm like, dang, bro, it's to that? Niggas got too much money for me?
He crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to get in Bridgeport the movie part 2.
That can happen. That can happen for sure. I think that'll be lit.
Bro.
We can shake on that.
Word. Say no more, yo. With that being said, I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all.